Morning guys, this is Keith with Panther Creek Bushcraft. Today I thought we would make a little woodsy breakfast. I'm going to make blackberry bannock and coffee. Now the first thing I want to do is get a fire going and get some coals built up, because the basic rule of thumb is you want to cook over coals and boil water over flame. So the bannock is going to take 15 to 20 minutes to cook, and the coffee only take about 5 minutes. So with that being said, let's get a fire going. Okay, so while the fire is doing its thing, let's get started mixing up the bannock. Okay, so we start off with some all-purpose flour. And I'm going to use about a half a cup. A little more. Okay, that'll be good. And to that I'm going to add roughly a teaspoon of baking powder. A little salt. And some sugar. And I'm going to mix this up pretty good. Now, I'm going to add my blackberries. And I like to just throw them in there a little more. And just mash them up in the flour. That way you get that good blackberry taste all through the whole piece of bannock. And that's what she looks like when she's all mixed up. Now I'm going to take my flour and put it in my bush pot just so it'll be easier to mix up. Oh yeah, that looks good. Now I'm going to add water. And I'm going to do this slowly. I don't want it to get too wet. You want this to be just slightly less sticky than biscuit dough. Okay, now I'm going to put just a little flour in the bottom of my cast iron skillet. This will help to keep it from sticking. Just a little, it doesn't take much. we go. Okay, I've got a good bed of coals here. So what I'm going to do is rake some of these coals over here. I don't want too many here because it'll burn. We'll start off with that. And here in a few minutes I'll turn it to make sure that it cooks evenly. We don't have any hot spots. Now for the next part of this, after the bottom is cooked, I'm going to stick some sticks in the ground here to act as props. I'm going to lean this bannock up close to the fire and now build the fire up and cook the top of the bannock. And while we're doing that, I'm going to set my tripod over here and get ready to make some coffee. Okay, I've got my 1-quart bush pot here. Put my water in. I'm only going to make a couple cups. Now, I'm going to hang this over the fire. I'm not going to stir this up. I want the grounds to float on top for a while. As the water starts boiling, that is what will make the coffee steep. It simulates like a percolator, if you remember the old coffee pots. Okay. Get this down closer to the fire. That's the great thing about tripods. They're so adjustable. Now while I'm doing this, I want to make sure that the coffee doesn't come to a rolling boil. If it does that, it will boil over and the coffee grounds will get stuck to the sides of the pot. And then you don't really have strong coffee. Okay, this is what it looks like right before it starts to boil. When it gets to this point, I want to pay close attention to it because, like I said, I don't want it to boil over. Okay, now it's beginning to boil. And all I'm going to do is just raise, if it gets to boiling too hard, I'm just going to raise the tripod up a little bit. Because that's the kind of boil I want right there. That's perfect. Raise it up a little more. And a little more yet. And I'll let it boil like this for about a minute. Okay, my coffee has boiled for about a minute. I've taken it off. Now, I'm going to pour cold water in from a height like this. And this will knock all the grounds to the bottom of the pot. And that's all it takes. And here you can see all the grounds are gone off the top. They're all on the bottom. Okay, so our coffee's done, our bannock is done. Let's have breakfast. No grounds at all. Now let's take a look at our bannock. Oh yeah, that's great. Look at that. No stick. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. Yeah, look at that. That's good. And that's good and hot. All right, well, I guess that's all I have to say for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.